progress. I think we had progress over the course of the year, so it's something to build on for the future.
Challenging, resilient, motivating.
Started slow, finished well.
It's been a lot of fun. We have a much bigger group this year and representing all event groups kind of at this point. So I think fun is kind of what describes this group.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable year. Left as champions at ASC in our last year fully in the league. It was an incredible group, incredible year, and a really exciting year for us.
Well, we have a word we use that we talk about at the beginning of the season, and it's compete. And that's the one thing this team is they're very competitive. They compete at everything they do. Even the games we're coming up a little short, it's not for lack of trying. So I would say right now the word for us is just very competitive.
Our theme for this year was us versus us. That kind of internal focus on self-improvement and then obviously group improvement. And I thought for the most part this year we did a great job of that. And if you're a fan of our program, I think there were a lot of really good seeds planted this year. And anybody that knows anything about farming, sometimes it's not time to harvest yet. And so I'm really excited for harvest time and then obviously to go eat.
I think the best thing to watch throughout a season, besides just your tennis ups and downs and how you respond to those, is just how the teams come together over a long season. We're traveling together, we're in hotels, we're in restaurants, and then we're in the heat of battle. And to watch the culture develop and the team's bond is really one of the biggest rewards.
You can't get them away from each other, both on and off the golf course. It's been fun to be a part of. They push each other every single day. You have that like brother and sister rivalry because we have the men's and women's teams together, and it's fun to be a part of.
Our team GPA has ticked up 0.2 in the last semester, which is great. But on the same lines, I really feel like our team has a renewed appreciation for everything else. Softball is a big part of who we are, but it's not all of who we are. Our players have a renewed appreciation for the friendships with each other and with the time they spend with their family and their friends and the time they spend with their teammates. It's just a very renewed appreciation of our time.
Group of players that started off COVID guys, came in COVID year. They've grown tremendously in terms of the experience, the leadership, obviously as student athletes in the classroom. All those guys have not only developed as soccer players, but also as young men. So I'm proud of them for everything that they've done and accomplished here.
Our team evolution was awesome to watch this year. We graduated 4 seniors last year. Our whole maturity process with a bunch of younger guys stepping into much bigger roles this year, whether that be our juniors becoming upperclassmen, our sophomores not being freshmen, our freshmen that were thrown directly into the fire from game 1 and having to learn through that, and then our lone senior Donovan becoming an older guy for the first time. It was unbelievable to watch how they grew from those things to being leaders, to being just mature college adults and having to learn how to do things on their own. It was a fun process to watch. We grew tremendously from game 1 to game 29.
There were a lot of moments that I thought spoke to kind of the resiliency of our group. And so getting 20 wins this year, being the best defensive team in the conference, winning some really tough road games. We went on the road for it felt like 2 years. I was super proud of our group, and I thought that we did a good job of, being a team and not just, a group of people.
You have to start off and you have changed, you're doing a lot more pushing, and now I feel like they're intrinsically pushing themselves, which I think is awesome. As for them growing as people, it's just, especially I'm a new coach, so you don't really get to know people until you get to know people. So going through experiences, some good, some bad, I think it's just been wonderful just growing as a group together and just learning about each other so you know how better to work with each other.
Well, the trick with any team is having guys work together, play together as a team. And when you bring new guys in every year, and the dynamic changes every year. And this group has done a really good job of being together, working together, and doing the little things. And anytime you get to take a 7-8 hour bus ride to Alpine, you have an opportunity for guys to get to know each other a little bit more.
It's like I kind of said in the post-season interview last year, we're just getting started. And that is, we're looking to go back. Hopefully we're on our way back right now.
with an AAC Conference Championship. Both the men and women should repeat, and I think we have enough talent come May that we're hopefully trying to get on the podium.
On one of our trips, we're in Austin, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take him to maybe do a bit of bowling, maybe a little of the laser tag, go take him out and about. Well, anyway, like I stroll up to the front desk to kind of do it, and I look over my shoulder, and there's like bracelet making center or something like that. They've got, oh, if you want to make bracelets, it's over here. And I'm looking over, and obviously clearly the person doing it is very bored and no one's interested in this. I just jokingly, I'm like, hey, you want to make bracelets? They're over there. Oh my God, I've never seen everyone so happy. They're making about 10 million bracelets. They're taking a to-go cup with beads and the thing to make more bracelets. Oh my God, I've never seen people so excited about making bracelets.
I think the highlight for me this season was in, believe it or not, Fort Smith, Arkansas, of all places. I got to introduce both teams as we were sitting there eating to Willie Nelson. He was playing live at a Mexican restaurant. Of course, it was just some guy in a band who sings Willie Nelson and dresses like him. But I don't know how many of them have actually heard Willie. So I immediately texted Coach Shoemake and let him know we were watching Willie, and he was proud and thought, hey, the team's coming along.
Is also in California. I think it's an awesome story. We were on the Santa Monica Pier, and there is a hanging game. So if you don't know what that means, you hang literally from a bar, and you try to break the record. And for like 30 seconds gets a prize, a minute gets a bigger prize, 2 minutes you win the game. The record was like 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And a couple of our guys did it, and they did pretty well. They all got prizes. And the guys convinced Frank to do it. And if you don't know Frank, find him in the crowd. He's probably the biggest, strongest dude in here. So he convinced Frank to do it. And at this point, we've had 2 or 3 guys go. There's got to be over 100 people, 150 people watching this. I mean, the whole pier has stopped to watch Frank. He hung for over 2 minutes, which was beating the game. By the end of it, the whole crowd is chanting Frank's name. It was an awesome experience for Frank and for the rest of us.
I remember being on the road in Boston. Dr. Fitch was with us, and we were at a TGI Fridays. He volunteered to buy some appetizers for the guys, and the cheers went up. That was pretty fun. And then obviously at the end of the season in the locker room after the championship match, the boys putting on some music and singing together in unison to that, what's that song? The One Kiss Is All It Takes. I thought that was pretty fun as well.
Memory right now that I can think of, we had the opportunity to go to Tucson Invitational during spring break and trying to find kind of a team building activity to do in between the games. One night we drove out into the mountains and we took sunset photos, and really the theme of us being appreciative of the things around us. That was really interesting to watch our players just sit and take in the sights and the beauty of nature and just be together and enjoy the time.
One of the biggest ones that comes to mind is Parker McCurdy actually emailed me about 3 times, I got my phone number, gave me about 2 or 3 calls, didn't really give him the time of day, and sure enough, he showed up to my office one day and said, all I need is a shot. And then he literally kind of came. I said, okay, tomorrow at 8:30, can you play? Showed up, didn't have a 9-iron. He sold his putter the month before, and through 6 rounds of qualifying, didn't shoot over par. And now he's playing in the top 5. He went down to D3 Golf Week, got a 5th place finish. So to see like somebody kind of like him who wasn't getting given a shot, and he's definitely making the most of it.
I guess a memory that will keep with us forever is kind of the flooding of our cross-country course here in Dallas and scrambling to get to Abilene and put on a cross-country meet, kind of joint with all the rest of the schools in our conference. That'll be a core memory that would keep with us for a while.
The entire team tried to hide from the staff right before one of our talks, before the pre-match talks, and couldn't find them, but you could hear them snickering. They didn't hide very well, like my little kids trying to hide. You could hear them, and they were all piled into the showers in the locker room trying to hide from us. So I could hear them. I didn't know exactly where they were, so I had my water bottle and I just opened it and grenade style, toss it in there maybe to see if I could grab a couple of them and try to scare them at that point. You can go through practice video and see how many times people just randomly fall or going for a ball and kind of behead themselves with the net. You know, that was referenced in some of the text messages. You should tell them about the times that people fell down and hurt themselves. I'm like, awesome. We like to hurt ourselves watching on video. So.
Yeah, our last road trip of the year, we were at ETBU and they gave us like a 9 p.m. shoot around time on Friday. And so Jackie and I decided that was A, disrespectful, so we had to beat them on senior day, but 2, we weren't going to take that. So we went to the park and we played some football, and hopefully I can get you some live footage of that. But watching Keyoung play, the hardest I've ever seen that man compete, was something I will not forget anytime soon. But
oh my goodness! Touchdown!
Then we got a big win the next day at East Texas during their senior day, which is always fun to go in there and win. So that's a memory that I'll keep for a long time.
It was an awesome opportunity for us to go be able to support the basketball team and watch them win a conference championship in Abilene. We're playing Hardin-Simmons. Our game kind of lasted longer than we thought it was going to last, and we didn't get there till about 5-6 minutes left in the ball game, and got to experience watching them win a conference championship. And I know our players were really excited to be able to go and do that.